Hi, my name is Patrick Gates, and we're going to go over Street Soccer USA's marketing plan. So, what Street Soccer USA is a nonprofit organization that will go into local communities, specifically underprivileged or lower income communities, and help clean up a specific park and build a soccer field within that park. Not after the cleanup and the build happens, we put on a weekend-long soccer camp that focuses on underprivileged youth within that lower income bracket. What we do is we provide coaches, equipment, mentors, and safer places to play within the local underprivileged communities. Specifically, this time we're going to focus on a park in Detroit, Michigan called Clark Park. This is in the Southwest Mexican town community. This park is extremely historic. It's centrally located. It's already being fixed up by other big businesses within Detroit. Now, one of the first things that we have to do is an environmental scan when we put this together. Some things we have to plan for. Some things we can't always plan for, but we want to you know pick the top five things where we could you know focus on. So the first thing and the main thing is the weather. Since this is going to be an outdoor event, especially a weekend long outdoor event, we have to try to track the weather as best as we can and pick the best weekend that we know is going to be nice out. Especially because Detroit is notorious for flooding, so we want to plan definitely plan around any kind of weather. The Another main concern is COVID-19. We're still technically in a pandemic, and coming out of this pandemic and being allowed to do these things. We want to ensure that all our volunteers and all our participants, our concerns are going to be addressed, and make sure that everyone is safe, cleaning up, building, and putting on the soccer camp. Another thing is we have a local competition, Detroit PAL, which means the Detroit Police Athletic League. It's another after school program where it takes kids and they focus on like after school sports. Their main one is not soccer. They mainly focus on like football and baseball. So we have an edge there. Um, Safety is always a main concern. We want to ensure that the area is safe. We want to ensure that the kids are safe. We want to ensure that all our volunteers are going to be safe. We're going to let the local police know when this program and the event is happening, so they could maybe even provide a couple, you know, police officers to come down and help out. Maybe even participate if they're willing. And finding the right donations. There's so many local businesses within the Southwest community, and just being able to find the right ones who are going to be willing to donate some time, money, maybe even food if they're like a local restaurant to the event. The situation analysis is something that we always have to look for, especially because we have our strengths. Kids coming out of quarantine. It's gonna be a lot of socialization. It's gonna be great for them, especially if they've been cooped up for the past nearly 2 years, year and a half, stuck in quarantine, the homeschooling. Being able to get outside and play with their friends, especially a sport that they love. Um, so they're getting a lot more exercise, and the location. It's centrally located. It's uh it's easy to get to. The surrounding communities are great. It's about a 5 to 10 minute drive to downtown Detroit, home of Rocket Mortgage, who is also going to be helping and funding and helping us with volunteers for the event and building up the field. Some of the weaknesses that we do that we did outline is Southwest Mexican town. There has been a reputation for it to be not as safe, but within the last few years, there's been way more businesses popping up, more restaurants, more bodegas, people going in and buying homes there, and the local community is starting to thrive, especially when people like big companies like GM are going in and Cranes Communications going in and fixing up some of the parks and the streets, and especially Clark Park where we're going to be hosting the event and placing the soccer field. Some of the opportunities is if this event goes well, there are so many other local parks and local communities within the Detroit area where we can kind of just filter through the Detroit city population and help put on these events, fix up parks, and put on these soccer fields. So there's always room to grow and improve. Some of the threats is Detroit Pal. Um, we need to, you know, stand out from them. And what we do is we mostly work with like underprivileged youth, like lower income brackets, where Detroit Pal they open it up to a lot of different families, income levels, where we want to focus on just helping out these local underprivileged communities. So our product is building the soccer field and hosting a weekend long soccer camp. Um, like I said, these are lower income families. So like the price is going to be the price of a T-shirt. $20, and sometimes depending on the situation, we'll just go by whatever they can pay, and they're going to be getting other kinds of equipment, top line coaching, T-shirts, food will be provided for them. So having this in Southwest Detroit at Clark Park, there's so much history there. It's one of the first parks like ever opened within Detroit. There's already um, plans to fix up the some of the a lot of the park. It's huge. It's a big park. There's houses like surrounded by it, local restaurants, local businesses, and we're gonna use our big Detroit companies like Rocket Mortgage, being able to promote and use them to show for volunteers, have them promote it via their website, their social medias, getting up flyers, and being able to, you know, really promote how we're fixing this up and putting on this event. So these underprivileged kids, they don't exactly have the means to play travel soccer or go to a more expensive soccer camp. Um, they just go and play with their friends on the weekends. And what we're doing here is we're encouraging these kids to to pursue sports and further their education, and being able to be healthy and get outside and go into the field to play soccer and keep on going. And the benefits is we're this community is getting a brand new soccer field, new goalpost provided, new field, just so people can go there and play after work. They can go there and play on the weekends. All the kids can get together and host their own tournaments. This local community is like going to start to thrive because this park is just there with this like a lot of space with like nothing there besides like a baseball field and a small basketball court on one end. There's so much space and room where people just go there and hang out, and having a soccer field there is going to bring more people to the park and bring in the local community. Now, the first moment of truth, the kids are going to being able to see a brand new soccer field like walking distance from their house. They're going to get excited. They're going to want to go check it out. They're going to want to be able to go and play. And their second moment of truth is experiencing playing at the field, experiencing the soccer camp, being able to say, "Hey, I have a super cool soccer field that I can go and play at every day after school and on the weekends, just around the corner or across the street from my house." Utilizing this local park is going to be crucial. There, all these local businesses and all these things are coming up and thriving within this community that we need to add something to, just a little bit more to it instead of just businesses. One thing that we are going to do, we're going to bring in the local soccer team as well. It's an amateur professional team called Detroit City FC, which is getting countrywide recognition with how well they're playing, with their branding, and getting some of the and partnering with them and getting some of their professional players to come and play with the kids. It's going to be huge, and also having these players posted on their social medias telling the stories of these kids, having the families tell stories of what we're doing for the community and how much fun their families had, just telling the real life stories, and reusing images from this event and past events to blast social media, just kind of show what we really stand for, and that's helping this underprivileged youth. And having influencers like these semi-professional players and professional players come in and tag our brand and posts and show what we're doing, and have them playing at the soccer field is just going to further bring more and more people into the fold. So that is the marketing plan for Street Soccer USA. We work with underprivileged youth within a community that's lower income, um, providing a new soccer field, cleaning up the local park where the soccer field is going to be, putting on a weekend long soccer camp for the underprivileged youth within the community, and helping these kids get the opportunity to attend a soccer camp that they usually wouldn't be able to because of pricing and transportation, all that stuff that sometimes we kind of take for granted, and letting these kids have a field where they can play in all the time is something I wish I had growing up.